If you're in the solar business, you already know your next big customer could be anywhere in the world. But here's the real question. How do they actually find you? Well, today we're going to break down how to tune up your website so you can attract clients from huge markets like Australia, the UK, and the USA. So let's just start with the most important question of all, right? When a potential customer out there searches for solar solutions, does your business actually pop up? I mean, really think about it. If you're not sure, or if the answer is a flat-out no, you could be leaving an incredible amount of business on the table. All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to tackle what I call the invisibility problem. Then, we'll dive into SEO and site speed, your two biggest allies in this fight. After that, we'll get into specific strategies for winning on a global stage, and we'll wrap it all up with a simple checklist you can put to use right away. So this really is the core challenge, isn't it? Right this very second, thousands of people are actively looking for solar installers. They're typing questions into search engines, but if your website isn't optimized, you're basically invisible to them. You could have the absolute best service in the world, but it just doesn't matter if nobody can find you. So how do you fix that? How do you become visible? The answer is search engine optimization, or what we all call SEO. The best way to think about it is like a powerful magnet. It's designed to pull in customers who are already searching for exactly what you offer. Things like, solar system cost in the UK or best residential solar company in the USA. Now, let's get a little more specific with a really powerful idea called long-tail SEO. This is not about using broad, one-word terms. It's about targeting these very specific, much longer phrases. And the reason this works so well? Someone who searches for a long, detailed phrase isn't just kicking tires. They are way, way closer to making a buying decision. And here's what that difference looks like in the real world. A search for solar installers is fine. It's pretty generic. But what about a search for solar panel financing options small business UK? Whoa, that person has a very specific need in a specific location, and they're already thinking about the money side of things. That's not just traffic, that's a high-quality lead. That's the kind of person who becomes a customer. Okay, so you've used some great SEO, and you've attracted the perfect customer. They click on the link. But there's another crucial factor that can make or break the entire deal before they even see what you offer. And that is website speed. A slow site doesn't just annoy people, it actively hurts your business. And listen, this isn't just about a good user experience. This is serious. Google itself has gone on the record and confirmed that your page speed is a direct ranking factor. So a slow site doesn't just cost you impatient visitors, it literally pushes you down the search results, making you even harder to find in the first place. 3 seconds. That's it. That's all the time you've got. If your website takes longer than 3 seconds to load for a potential client in Manchester or Melbourne, there is an incredibly high chance they will just click away and they will never come back. In an industry like solar, where one project is so valuable, a single lost visitor could mean thousands of dollars down the drain. So, how do we actually apply this on a global stage? If you're trying to attract customers from Australia, the UK, and the USA, your website has to be built to perform everywhere, not just in your own backyard. Here are 4 steps you can take. Number 1, use a CDN, a content delivery network. Just think of it like having little copies of your site stored in servers all over the world, so it loads super fast for everyone. 2, get reliable hosting with regional servers. 3, you've got to localize your keywords. And finally, number 4, tailor your actual content for each region. And here are some real-world examples of what that localization looks like. See how specific these are? We're not just saying solar battery, we're targeting solar battery storage Sydney, Australia. We're not just saying installers, we're going for residential solar panel installers Manchester, UK. This is exactly how you connect with what people are actually searching for locally. And remember, localization goes way beyond just the keywords. As this quote points out, it's all about building trust. And that means showing prices in the local currency, talking about local regulations, like specific tax credits or feed-in tariffs, and using local terms. It makes a visitor from halfway across the world feel like your website was made just for them. So we have covered a lot of ground here. Let's boil all of this down into a simple, actionable checklist, something to help you get started improving your website literally today. Okay, here are the 5 crucial points. First, go after those specific local long-tail keywords. Second, get that website loading in under 3 seconds, period. Third, invest in a good CDN and smart hosting. Fourth,
Localize your content to build that all-important trust. And finally, and this one is so important, remember that this is not a one-and-done fix. Optimization is an ongoing process of monitoring and improving.
And that brings us to our final thought for today. You work incredibly hard to run your solar business day in and day out. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Is your website working just as hard to bring you the customers you deserve? If not, well, now you have the tools to change that.